What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and today we're going to be talking about some crazy news that just occurred for Ironnet stock, ticker symbol IRNT. If you take a look at the chart, you can see what this news caused. The stock is up over 44%, over 45% now. It's just been blowing up. And if you actually look at the past year, this is nowhere near the highs that the stock has reached, and it actually looks very similar to what we were seeing when the stock initially blew up. So let's take a look, first of all, at what happened with this stock over the past while. It has obviously, risen quite a bit, and we've recovering this stock back when it was near its highs, right? However, it eventually continued subsiding down and down and down until this news just came out, which is very bullish for the stock. And here it is right here, basically. Ironnet joins Microsoft Intelligent Security Association, MISA, and this is basically a Microsoft partnership. So basically, Ironnet is now going to be helping Microsoft deal with cybersecurity threats. So this is really good for Ironnet stock, IRNT. And it's not just good fundamental news for the stock, but it's also good news in terms of the potential for a short squeeze, which is what we initially were covering the stock on. And eventually, it got beaten back, and it became apparent that wasn't going to happen until now, right? If you actually look at the short data for this stock, shorts are scrambling to keep this stock down. Short interest change is up 26% on the day. Shorts are in an absolute panic, right? They've already used up most of their ammo. You can see the utilization, which is the most, this is how many shares can be shorted. 91% of the available short shares to short have been shorted already. So shorts are really in a panic with this stock. They don't want to have to cover their already existing short positions. They have a short interest percentage of the free float of 15.68%. So that's relatively high. And shorts do not want to cover on this fundamental news. However, it's looking like they may have to, right? This stock is moving up in a fundamental way. It's moving up because of their partnership with Microsoft, which is very good for their underlying business, right? This was always a serious stock, and it was never a question of if this stock was going to succeed or go out of business. If we actually look at IRNT stock on Yahoo Finance, you can see the market cap is 1.26 billion. Now, granted, this is after the large increase in price. However, this shows that they were not a minor stock, right? They had a several $100 million market cap, which is small in some people's eyes. However, for a stock like this, which is relatively new, it just stopped becoming a SPAC a while ago. This is not surprising to see, right? $800 million about what is very significant for this stock. So what's been happening lately is this stock has been gaining massive attention on the internet, which is continuing to spike up its price and can likely spike up its price for the next couple of days. The stock was actually just pointed out to me on YouTube in the comment section by an avid viewer of the channel. So, this thing is spreading everywhere. It's not just on Google that people are searching for it, but you can see on Google Trends there is a massive increase in the search volume for this stock. But it's really being spread everywhere, right? We just talked about YouTube. Now it's on Google. Reddit and Wall Street Bets, it is moving up, right? But Reddit and Wall Street Bets tends to be a bit of a laggard indicator for IRNT stock. You can see we're still at spot number 60. I think that eventually we will start moving up higher, but this news really just broke today. It's going to take some people, it's going to take them time to post and get the likes up there, right? The upvotes. But we are up 39 spots regardless on the day. So very impressive move regardless of, the short amount of time that is occurred between the spike up and the amount of time people had to post. So up 123% mention-wise over the past 24 hours, 79 upvotes. Not the most, right? These are relatively small numbers. I expect that over the coming days, as this stock continues pumping and becomes a likely squeeze target, I expect that this will get a lot more attention on Reddit and Wall Street Bets. However, you can see it is the number 2 most trending stock on StockTwits, and that's because it's right behind Shiba Inu coin, which is also doing incredibly well, up 60% on the day, just overtook Dogecoin's market cap, right? We won't talk too much about Shiba Inu coin, but it's still really impressive stuff that we're seeing from them as well. However, IRNT is the second most top trending stock on StockTwits. We're going to see if we can get it up on the most active list tomorrow. But really good stuff that we're seeing with IRNT. And if you actually look at the options, I will explain something that I've noticed with the options, right? So this stock was waning in popularity, and it's unfortunate because there aren't very many open interest call options for this stock, right? You can see massive volumes have traded today, so it's actually likely that there are far more open interest than are displayed here right now. Usually this takes a little while to update. However, you can see 15,000 call options were traded just today for the $15 strike price for the October 29th strike date. So that's going to be a very important price to watch out for. $15 is going to be a key price that institutions are going to want to try and push this thing below, which is why you can actually see most likely why the short interest change has increased by 26%, right? Institutions do not want to cover their call options that they've been selling. Retail traders have been buying these call options for all sorts of strike dates, right? You can see $15 strike price right here. 13,000 options have traded today. We're currently 9,000 open interest. It's most likely going to be much larger than that when we check back tomorrow, okay? Because this number does take a little bit to update. But you can see massive interest in these call options. And it's my expectation that the call options are what could really fuel the rally for the next couple of days and weeks, especially considering the fact that there are very many strike dates that options are tradable for. If you look, they trade on the 29th of October, the 5th of November, the 12th of November, and the 19th of November. So very many different dates which traders can target with these call options and try to pump up the stock before, thus causing institutions to need to cover those options contracts, right? If institutions are selling these, they're likely selling them naked. That's the important thing to realize. They're likely selling these call options naked. They probably don't have the underlying shares, not yet. This was not a popular stock just a while ago. It had been tanking. Institutions were shorting it. You can see over the past 30 days, this thing is falling from heights of $60. And we actually used to cover this a bit. You can see some of the support and resistance lines, which this thing ended up trading off of and then bouncing off of to the downside. However, it's looking like things are a lot more promising now. You can see massive volume coming in, monumental volume, actually. If you look compared to where we were in the past, we've not had a 30-minute bar this large. If we actually bring up the volume chart right here, you can see that in this 30 minutes, we had about 15 million shares traded. And at the peaks of our pump last time, we only had 9 million shares. So almost double the number of shares trading in this 30 minutes than when we were at our peaks last time. So very impressive stuff with IRNT. People are very excited about this stock, and we may be in the infancy of this thing's boom because this is fundamental news driving the stock up, which could have some real investors coming in, right? Not just retail. We're not just talking about people on Reddit or StockTwits or even Google who are going to be buying this. We're talking about real institutional investors who might end up trying to short squeeze out some of their buddies. And you can see that some institutions, at least, are trying to combat this by shorting the stock a ton, right? Up 26% short interest-wise. Shorts are in a bit of a panic because they know they're in a tough spot. When this company partnered with Microsoft, they knew that was going to be bad news, right? So it's very unfortunate for those shorts, but very fortunate for anyone who's trying to catch them. And this isn't to say that it's a guarantee the stock is going to move up, right? It's a very promising play right now. I'm not just saying to buy it no matter what. I'm not saying to buy it at all. This is not financial advice. This is just my opinion. I'm just telling you guys the news and what happened with the stock and the potential catalysts that could be moving it up, but also could be moving it down. It's important to note with these options contracts that these strike prices, if you see very many open interest call options for a certain strike price, it's likely that institutions are going to try to hold the stock down below it. Now, oftentimes they're unable to do that if there's a ton of positive momentum and catalysts for the stock, which for this one, it seems like there is. It looks like we may be on our way to making new highs there. We just did it on the day. Live on this video, we made some new highs on IRNT. So that's the perfect way to end the video. And I will also say that if you guys are interested in IRNT stock, we'll likely be covering it in our morning live streams. And now I'll actually bring the chart back up for a second. We just made new highs of $16. Very impressive stuff. But in our morning live streams, starting at 9 o'clock every day, if you want to join us for those, we'll likely cover IRNT stock tomorrow because it is bumping up so much. You can join us. We start at 9 every day. We go till 12. Just subscribe to the channel, hit post notifications, and you should be alerted when I start my live stream. So feel free to do that. That's all I ask of you guys. And also like this video, if you want to. And I will end this video by showing you guys the chart. Very impressive, up to $6.15. Really cool stuff for IRNT. So other than that, guys, have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.